Working with Speculo has really impacted my business because at the time I knew I needed an online presence as far as leads and I just received this call. It was like on the money. So when I sat down with the co-owner of Speculo Group and I'm like, yo, I'm ready to move forward. So around the 5 6 month period, I began to start closing two, three, 4 deals a month. And then just looking at my CRM, it's potentially can get outrageous numbers, 7 8 9 closings per month. And as far as the leads that actually come in, I mean, even my assistants that's actually making the calls are so impressed because they were like, we work other lead programs for other different agents, and we will have to make so many calls before we get someone that's interested. But we have fewer leads here, but most of the leads that we call, they're actually interested. So really it just depends on how good we are on the phone. And as far as setting the appointment, for me to meet with them, et cetera. So to answer the question, I've probably seen a 40 to 60% increase in my business based on the advertising and the ad leads that the Google ads that Speculo has put into my CRM. They're very business minded in a professional way. The communication is second to none. So it's always what to expect from them. They're very transparent. Um, as far as we were doing weekly meetings, and the information is factual based. It's just no guessing. And from those weekly meetings, I'm able to make business decisions, whether to increase my budget on the leads. As far as how it compare against other leads, I mean, really, there's no comparison. Um, as far as when I met with the coroner Riley, I was, I've used my lead sources, et cetera, as other companies, but I would have to go through many prospects where they wasn't even interested. And again, when I'm using calling on these leads, I would say 70 80% of the potential clients are interested, whether it's buying or selling. And at that point, it's about getting an appointment, beating out other agents, for the business. So yeah, I mean, yeah, most definitely. We recommend, friends, family members, any business colleagues. It's a good investment because, I mean, your return on investment. Um, I mean, just to put in perspective, um, my the year that's coming up, my business is going to increase 3 to 5 times. I mean, if your business, multiplying three folds, and that's on the lower end, that's a good year. So more than likely, I'm on a for the business to increase 5 times what it was the previous year. Um, as far as Specular Group, I mean, not only helping me how my business growing, they referred me to other aspects that I needed in my business, whether it was a CRM, and then it was a company that's actually assisting me with having virtual assistants, etc. So as far as the resources that they've provided has been tremendous. And as far as the growth of my business, that's an important part because when we talk about growth, so I was already making 6 figures in the business, and again, as far as when I was because at first I was working the leads, and I'm not just speaking as far as what my assistants have stated. I've worked the leads myself, and I've had I can have a lead come and it'll pop up as a new lead. I would call because it's very important to call within, that 5 minute time frame. Because I've most definitely seen where if it's 30 minutes that's passed, all of a sudden your probability of having a successful conversion goes down dramatically. So I can remember sitting in my office and this lead had popped up, and I didn't have anything else in front of me, and I immediately called her. And next thing I know, I was showing her a home within the next hour. And from that point, I was writing an offer, and we was closing in 3 weeks. I mean, it happened so fast, so fast. And that's just one story. I've had a couple other stories. I mean, the process wasn't as fast, but I would have a lead that come across, make contact with them ASAP. 5 minutes. We have a conversation. We set up that initial appointment. Basically, they tell me, what are their goals as far as the home purchase or selling a home, and we just do what realtors do. Take it from there. But bottom line is, due to Speculo Group, they have put so many leads in front of me, hot leads that are beyond good, where they're ready to buy. Because we're talking about Google leads, where the prospect has went onto Google and specifically typed in some information, and my link appears, and with competition, of course. But so happen they click on my link, provide their contact information, and I'm making a call. As far as the communication, I mean, again, the communication is second to none. I can just give a few examples. Like I'm the type that, when I go to sleep, I wake up with thoughts in my mind as far as the business. It could be 6 o'clock in the morning. And, I don't want to abuse his availability and his business like mentality, but, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, weekend, 6 o'clock in the morning, I've called the co-owner, Riley, at 6 in the morning, where he took time out of his, just getting up, doing his morning routine, whether it's at the gym, and he would take the time to answer my questions. And, if I need him to help me as far as any type of marketing material, he jots it down, put it on his to-do list, put a deadline to it, and he meets deadlines. So and if he's not able to meet a deadline, he'll extend the communication out. Things happen unexpectedly. How fast do you really need this? So he'll reset expectations on that. So very transparent. As far as recommending, to other agents, whether it's a broker or what have you, highly recommend. I mean, typically I don't recommend, because if things don't work out, that individual coming back to me like, I thought you said this. So I'm very hesitant as far as making any type of referrals. But I would say, as far as Speculo Group, I most definitely would recommend them to any colleague, anybody looking to grow in their business. Even if somebody's think they're a seasoned agent because of the amount of business. I mean, if they want to continue to grow exponentially, I would most definitely recommend Speculo Group.